Welcome back to Dr. Pronghorn's Make Along vlog. I'm making myself a new 5-year diary. So I've been working for the last 5 years on this diary. It's 1 line a day, 5-year memory book. And basically how it works is that you fill in pages with what you did on those days. And it's set up so that each space has got a spot where you just fill in the year, and I filled it up for 5 years. I needed a new one because I finally got to December 31st of that, so I made this one myself. The original one that I'm copying was made by Kristen Hewitt, and I just created a layout. I'll show you how I did it in Microsoft Word using Excel and Mailmerge. Today I'm going to show you how to make this 5-year diary, which I'm going to start filling out today because it happens to be January 1st. Thanks for watching. If you want Dr. Pronghorn merch, I've got mugs and t-shirts. You can buy them in the store that's just below the video. And hang on to your buckets because we're going to make a diary today. The computer part of this project consists of 3 main pieces. There's an Excel file that has all of the days of the years for the 5 years and the holidays. And then there's the Mailmerge Word file that pulls them together into the main body of it. And then there's another file that has the cover page. So in the Excel file, it's set up so that there's 1 column for the month, 1 column for the day of the month, and then 1 column for each of the years showing what day of the week it is that year. And then this notes column has the holidays in it. And I've picked out the holidays I thought were important for me. But if you go through and do this, you can build this yourself and add in particular holidays you want, or even birthdays and other celebrations that you want to add in. So you can see, for example, here, February 29th, there's only one of the 5 years that has a February 29th. And so it gets a day of the week. The other ones don't. That's marked as Frederick's birthday. We've got the Ides of March and St. Patrick's Day, April Fool's Day, Earth Day, May the 4th be with you, and the Revenge of the 5th. And then this file is the file that has the Mailmerge for those different days. So each Mailmerge object is 1 page. It's set up so that it's built on a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper folded in half to form the booklets. And there are 4 pieces of paper in each booklet, so 16 pages in each booklet. And I'll show stitching them together. But Microsoft Word does all of that for you, and all you have to do is dump in the Mailmerge connection. So it's set up here so I can just go to Mailings, and then I can go Preview Results, and it'll show me each of the different days in turn. All 366 days, right? There's New Year's Eve. We can go back a week, and you get Xmas and Xmas Eve. See what I mean? And here's New Year's Day. It's building each of the days of the year from that file. So if you view this video in 2025, you could just revise the Excel spreadsheet to give you 2025 through 2030 and move on from there. So that's pretty easy to do once you understand the Mailmerge principle of it. And then the last file is the cover page. If you have any questions about how these 3 files work, go ahead and leave them in the comments below the video. After doing all that work in Microsoft Office, I had to print everything out so I could move it into the real world. And that took a little bit of time. So using my LaserJet to print out all of the pages for 366 days. Took a while, but got it all done. So here we go. That's the front page. Getting it set up so I can use it when I put everything together. And this is the paper that I used. It came highly recommended for making your own books. Now I have to pull all the collated pages out into the individual booklets. So 4 sheets at a time through the whole year. I'm skipping a lot just to keep this video under 10 minutes. So then I gotta fold them into each booklet. I showed you folding the first one, and here's the last one. I used my bone folder to help make those creases good. And I didn't show it, but I actually smashed them in a vise overnight to get them really to fit together well. Then I put a little V on the back so I can make sure they were in the right order Now I'm going through, this is based on a Jimmy DiResta video I saw, punching the holes using a little template that I made, cardboard underneath to protect my bench top. If I had to do this over again, I'd do about half as many holes, maybe even fewer. I put too many holes in, that's too many. There's a lot of stitching that I didn't need to do. But now I've got them all punched. And so I start stitching. I'm not doing anything really elaborate. I'm sure that all of the bookmaking hobbyists out there will watch this and tell me all the ways I did it wrong. That's great. Let me know what I should be doing differently. Give me some comments. Point me to other videos so I can make better books in the future. But like I said, I was following a Jimmy DiResta video. I'll try to find the video and put a link to it in the description. Very simple. I lost the video footage where I actually glued the muslin onto the spine and glued the spine together, but trust me, I did that. So the spine is glued together. Now I'm just gluing in those end papers. Just have a white piece of paper for the other end paper on the back end. You'll notice that there's actually like a flashing or a rhythmic movement to the lights on the right. That's because the LED lights on my workbench apparently are aliased to the frame rate on the GoPro. This is my first video I shot with a GoPro. And so when I shoot with my cell phone, I don't have any problem. The lights look constant, but when I shoot with the GoPro, I end up getting this cyclical lighting because of that frame rate aliasing problem. So I'm going to end up having to get different lights for the workbench because I'm not going to switch off the GoPro. Okay, after they dried overnight, now the end pages are ready and I need to make a cover. I'm going to do it super simple, just limp leather. I know the book people are going to all tell me that I'm doing this wrong and I'm being lazy, and that's fine. If you want to make your own diary and do it with a much more complicated cover, you're welcome to do it. But this is actually really tough and lasts a long time. So I cut out a rectangle. It's a little bit too big so I could trim it to size once I needed to. Now I'm fitting up the book. I'm going to glue the front pages in first and line them up. I'm covering the inside of the book with saran wrap to make sure that the moisture from the glue doesn't get in and make the internal pages wrinkle. Then I mark out on the cover where I want to line up the front pages. And of course I made a little message. I'll be hidden by the glue. No one will ever see that again, but it's in the video, so that I guess is useful. Yeah, so just a thin layer of white glue all over that front end paper, and then just glue that right down to the leather. It actually works really well. I made a notebook following the Jimmy DiResta video like this. I've been using it for 2 years at least, and it's no problem. Some weight overnight to get it to glue up. Now that front page is set, and I need to do the same for the back. So I'm going to glue in the muslin and the back page. Just a thin layer of glue, and then very carefully fold it over so there's enough slack on the cover to be able to open and close it. And then just let it sit overnight again with the weights on it. And it's not beautiful. It's not the most beautiful book, but it'll actually patina over time. This is pull-up leather, which has got a great tendency to show marks. So over the 5 years of filling out this diary, that's going to get a really nice patina. And so here it is all done. I think it came out really well. And if you make a diary using these files, I'll put them in a Google Drive and put links in the description. So if you make one, please tag me on Instagram or something so that I can see the diary that you made. If you have any ideas about how to do this better, give me a comment here so I can learn from your expertise. And yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. And I hope you have a great 5 years.